Okay, hi everybody. Sorry about that. It just dropped out again on me. Welcome to Divine Lee Design Studio. It's Friday, so that can only mean one thing. It's Finish It Friday. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I can see that Biz is here. We've got Tech Beck is in the house today too. We've got Carol and we've got a few other people joining us as well. We've also got Shell from New Zealand. So thank you very much for joining us, lovelies. I'm so glad that you're all here today. We have got a big studio chat for you today. We've got a great topic of the week. We've got our Finish It Friday. We've got our channel wrap up and things that are happening over in the group and all that sort of stuff. So, just let us know where you're watching from today. We'd love to know where everybody's watching from. I see Rebecca's just joined us as well. Hey, how you going, Rebecca? Hope you're having a fabulous day. Alrighty, so we'll get stuck straight into it. Most of everybody's here now and a few others will join us a little bit later. Beck seems to be having some technical issues behind the camera. Hands are going up and all the rest of it. So, yeah. So how are you today, Beck?
Pretty good. I got my coffee.
Yes, we've both got our coffees.
We're ready to go. I'm good. Yep.
Awesome. We've got Deb Ross from Taree in New South Wales. We've got Benita from North Carolina and Biz from Nova Scotia in Canada. Awesome. We've got a global... Oh, Andra's here as well. Anne is here. Is it wet and cold down there, Anne? Oh, we had really bad fog here this morning. It was like pea soup.
It was crazy.
But it's ended up being a beautiful day here in my part of the world, which is Kingaroy, Queensland in Australia, for those that are joining us from overseas. So I can see that we've got quite a few people on today, which is awesome. And we're going to get stuck straight into it. We are going to be looking at my Finish It Friday. And if you're new here and you don't know what Finish It Friday is, Beck goes diving into my UFO box to find me something to work on for the week. And then I've got 7 days to finish it. So I show you what I'm going to be working on for the next 7 days. And then I come back the following week and I show you if I finished it or not. Sometimes I get it done. Sometimes I don't. So thank you to all those that are staying up late to watch, especially Biz. It's 9 p.m. where she is at the moment, and it's about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock everywhere else. There's a few people in the afternoon, and it's 5 p.m. for Carol in Arizona, I think she said that she's from. I cannot remember. I'm starting to get the hang of where everybody's from, though. So, yeah. So, basically, last week we just pulled out a small project for me to do, and it was a little bit of needle turn applique. And when I say needle turn applique, it's actually Cheats needle turn applique. And yeah, so I had to get that done, and they were a cute little flower that I had sitting here. I'd done a whole heap of them, and these ones were just left over that I hadn't quite finished. One was almost partially finished, and the other one had to be sewn down. So I got stuck into that and done a little bit of just some slow stitching over the week, and I just finished putting the binding on the last one about 5-10 minutes ago. So I was cutting a little bit fine, but I have been working away this week. We've done some extra days this week as well because we're preparing for a retreat in a couple of weeks. So we're in the nuts and bolts of all that. So basically... yeah, so I just basically did it over the week, slowly over the week, and got the last binding on. So I kept true to the Finish It Friday. I used scrap binding that I had left over in my leftover binding box, and I just used what I had on hand. So no extra fabric was cut or anything like that. And I've just turned these into 2 little mini quilts, and they're actually going to go in Little M's room. So this is the first one. And this is the second one. So they look very similar, but you can see the tulips are just a little bit different. They've both got the same binding on, and it was the leftover binding from, I can't even remember what that was off.
I can't remember either.
Yeah, so I had some leftover binding from a project, and it was off Little M's Crazy Patch quilt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
I know it's just recent.
Yeah, so the binding will actually go with her little mini quilt that we did a few weeks ago as a Finish It Friday, and they're all done. So to keep it super simple, I've just and my my vintage machine started to eat the fabric there, that naughty thing. She goes in the naughty corner when she does that. So I've just put the binding on. I've just stitched that down on the machine as opposed to hand stitching it on the back. Not my favorite way to do things, but you know, it's getting it done, and that's the main thing. And this was a needle turn applique that I was doing, but it was a cheats way, and I've got a tutorial coming up for that in the future, because we've had a few requests for different styles of applique and stuff like that, so I'll show you how to do that. And I just mixed it up, so we've got the two of them, and they'll just go up on her wall, and she loves yellow and pink, so she'll be very happy with those. She hasn't seen them yet, so I'm sure she's seen me working on, like, she doesn't know they're for her. She has seen them, but she was like, beautiful, Mima. So she likes them. And to keep it simple, I just used a fusible fleece, and then I just quilted around the outside, just using my presser foot as the guide. So that's all I did for that. They're done, they're dusted, they're out. So Beck has been diving again. They are very spring-like. I love them. Like, I wasn't sure about the binding at first because I didn't want to cut any binding. And when Beck was looking at it, she goes, oh, they're so nice. And it does. It really sets it off. I really do like the binding. I love it.
It was
I wasn't too sure.
match.
I wasn't too sure at first when I got it, but yeah, and I still have to snip off all my threads. That was the one I was still finishing about 10 minutes ago. What time did I finish it? At 9:53 was when
when you asked what the time was.
Yeah, when I asked what the time was. So yeah, with 7 minutes to spare, I got it done. So yes, I do cut things fine, ladies, but I just try to get in there and get them done. And yeah, it just makes a little bit of a challenge for myself to see if I can. One day I'm not going to get it done. There'll be one day where I won't get it done because some of the projects that are coming up are pretty big, and they probably will take.
We're getting all the small ones at the moment.
Yeah, excuse me.
Oh.
So at the moment, we've just been looking in the small box, and there's a couple of boxes underneath my long arm machine that have some bigger projects in it. So like quilts that have to be quilted and stuff like that. So it is coming where I possibly might not get it done, but I will try. That's all I can do is try.
That's it.
It has been mentioned that I haven't been quilting much lately. I actually have been quilting. I've just been not posting up the pictures and stuff like that. I've just been so busy with other stuff that I haven't really been that much on social media. I'm posting up all the quilts and everything that I'm doing. So it's been brought to my attention, so I'm going to start putting those pictures up and all the rest of it. And a lot of time I've actually been forgetting to take the pictures, and then it goes off to their owner and I've forgotten to take the pictures. So stay tuned to the social medias on Instagram and on our business page. You'll start to see some quilts come up, and that's my bad. Too many things on the mind and all the rest of it. Alrighty, so that was the Finish It Friday, and Beck has been diving again this morning, and it looks to me like I've got another applique one. So this one, this one's not needle turn. This one will have to be actually done on the machine. I can hand stitch it. I'll just get it to hold properly. So it's just tacked down there at the moment. So I'm going to have to blanket stitch in the center. I could probably do it by hand because my machine's still out of commission that has the decorative stitches. And then I could probably just do some straight edge stitching, but I might do it as a quilt as you go, this one. Just put the wadding onto the back and the backing, and then as I'm stitching down this with the machine, I'll quilt it as I go because there's not a lot of quilting area, and I might just go around the outside of that. What are your opinion, ladies? And I think there's a gentleman in here today too.
Yes, we have Bill Savisk.
I was using my mobile data for that, and we seem to have lost a bit of connection. So we are back. Hopefully it is back. It says that I'm live. Hopefully you can see what's going on. So yeah, it says that I'm live. Can everybody see me at all? Yes, I'm back. Excellent. No worries. All right, here we go. Yes, I'm back. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what happened then. But Beck's in the background frantically seeing what's going on. We're just turning all the appliances that are on the Wi-Fi off, so we've got a decent signal strength. For some reason, I'm on a commercial break. That's right, Biz. I'm on a commercial break. Alrighty. So, yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, I'm just going to do this as a quilt as you go. And I think that will be the quickest way to do this, and just put a binding on it. And I'm just going to use this one as a placemat. Mia's really getting into placemats at the moment, so she's liking to set the table and all the rest of it. And so I'm thinking that I will just to make some of these smaller blocks and everything into little placemats for her, just to get her into the habit of setting the table at dinner time and stuff like that. And Beck also pulled out, I swear they're multiplying in my UFO, another bowl cozy. Oh my God. I don't know what's going on. I swear these bowl cozies are multiplying. They're breeding in my UFO box. So I have another bowl cozy to do as a UFO. So I'm going to get both of those done this week. Hopefully it doesn't, I'm not cutting it fine again like 7 minutes before we go live. Beck will have to keep on top of me this week and say, hey, get with it. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. As I said, I'll do it quilt as you go. Yeah, Carol, I do actually have a quilt as you go. I've got a couple of little different things that I've got coming up. Some of them are applique and also quilt as you go. And funny enough, they were actually some of the suggestions last week as well. So, excuse me, that is basically what I'm going to be doing. So, still out in Taree. You might have to refresh, Deb. Can you just put Intel Deb refresh? Alrighty, so that is what I'm going to be working on for Finish It Friday. So while we're trying to get some of the ladies back into the live, tell us, what are you working on this week? Have you got what's wrong?
I spelled that wrong.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, browser.
Yeah. Browser.
Okay. Becky's changing browser to browser today, ladies. She spelled that wrong. After she sent it, she goes, oh, spelled that wrong.
I forgot a word earlier.
Yeah, it's cool. Awesome. All right. Well, hopefully Deb can get back to us anyway. So leave us in the comments what you're working on. Have you started a new project this week, or are you trying to get something finished? Biz says she's finished the whale bag this evening. Awesome. I can't wait to see pictures over in the group, Biz. That was an awesome little video that you put up this week in the Facebook group. That was really awesome. I really like seeing that. Yeah. And I like how you use your washi tape to hold it all together too. That was a good idea.
Yeah. Idea. Yeah.
I really like that idea.
Yeah.
I was working on one of my applique things this week as well. It's a sample. So some of you may have seen it. I haven't posted it anywhere else but Instagram and Facebook, I think.
Facebook, yeah.
Yeah. So there's my little cockatoo. I've still got to do the stitching around it. But my machine's out of commission at the moment, and it won't be finished until it won't get fixed until next Friday.
Oh.
Thursday, Friday. So yeah, so that's what I worked on this week. So I've got him all stuck down. He's just got to get sewn together now. And again, I'm actually going to do that as a quilt as you go. And he lost a tail feather. He's lost a tail feather as well just then. Yeah, so I'm going to actually do that one as a quilt as you go, but the background I'm actually going to do a crosshatch, and then I'm going to get a frame for it, because in the pattern, in those particular patterns, she actually suggests that you put it in a frame. It's optional, but and hang them up. So I thought, I can do the whole series of them and have them in a frame and hang them up somewhere on my wall. I'll just have to remove some stuff.
You need to do a rotating
display. Yeah, I'll have to just yeah, cool. Cooey! Deb's back.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Alrighty. So I just wanted to ask too, how many people have done needle turn applique, just in the spirit of the Finish It Friday? Leave us a comment. I know that a couple of people that would have may have done similar one in the Crafty Gemini Quilt Club back when that was running. Because that was one of her classes that she did. So, yeah, some of you possibly have already done it. Carol's saying that she's never done needle turn applique. Cool. I can show you Cheat's way of doing it, which I learnt from the Crafty Gemini. And that was through her that was through her quilt club. That Shell Edwards is saying she's never done it. Biz saying that she has. Do you like the needle turn applique, or do you prefer raw edge, Biz? Alrighty, so while everybody's popping their answers down, we can see what everybody's done before, just to give it definitely gives us a little bit of a better idea of where you are and what we can. So Linda's saying she's done very little. But I know Beck hasn't done it. Thanks, Beck. Good morning, Katrina. Thanks for joining us. There is. I'm in two minds about it too, Biz. Like, I like the quickness of the machine applique, but then I do like the therapeutic and the rhythm of the hand sewing as well. And believe you me, I am not a hand sewer by a long shot. Like, years ago, if someone said hand sewing to me, it was like swearing at me. But I'm starting to sort of get into it and enjoy it a little bit more, I guess. So that's why I'm sort of leaning more towards it. And I've got a quilt project on the go at the moment, and I'm doing it with Liberty Fabrics. It's very slow going. And I'm doing it with Liberty Fabrics, and it's all hand sewing. It's all flowers. So, and that's needle turn as well. And I'm sort of, but I've implemented that Cheats way of do it. So, and I will elaborate that a little bit more as we do the classes for it and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. I don't mind the raw edge. I'm actually leaning more towards free motion applique, which is not something that's done a lot, and that's where you drop your feed dogs down and you just basically you're quilting as you go, but it's a free motion around the outside applique. So that's another one that I've done, and I think I did one mini quilt for a lady that's in the group. Her name's Beth. I can't think of her last name at the moment. But when I did a couple of swaps, I did one for her. And I'll find a picture and I'll share it up in the Facebook group and over on Stitch Talk as well. And that was done free motion. So I dropped the feed dogs down, and then basically I just done it around the outside of there were little birds on it. And I also done the lettering that way as well. So yeah, so basically there's different ways of doing it, and I just like to experiment a little bit, I guess, and it looks like a lot of you do as well. Machine applique first time with Easter t-shirt bunnies. Oh, cool. That's awesome. And it was Lisa, wasn't it?
Yeah, Lisa.
Yeah. That's awesome, Lisa. So for those that are wondering what I'm talking about, Bill is actually Lisa this morning. Because they share a YouTube account. So say good morning to Lisa. Lisa, I think it's your first time here. So welcome to the channel. Welcome to the craziness that is Divana Lee Design Studio. And I'm not actually talking to myself. I do have someone behind the camera, and that is Beck. She's known as Tech Beck. So you will see her. If you've got any problems, just pop it into the comments, and she can guide you on how to get back. So yeah, so very, very much welcome to the channel. So yeah, I used to joke how I wore my spine out. Okay, I've missed half that conversation, so I'll just keep going. Alrighty, so moving on, we have some, we've been filming again this week. I've got a couple more videos that I've got to edit. I cannot believe that on Wednesday it is block number 5 for the block of the month. There's been some beautiful ones coming through. The latest one that I seen was Shay. She put up her purple and black ones over on Instagram and also shared it over in the Facebook group. Absolutely divine. It's going to be beautiful once it's finished. Did you see that one? It was really dark. It looked really dark, and it was like the dark iris purple.
Very stunning.
Yeah.
Like it really drew your attention.
Yeah, so she had them all hung up, and so she's caught up now. But apparently the last message that I got, that I've created a foundation paper piecing monster. So keep an eye out for Shay Sew or something. She is on Instagram. She's been doing some stars and whatnot this week as well. So you'll have to keep an eye out for that. And she is over in our Facebook group as well. I do not think that she is on Stitch Talk, but yeah, so she'll be there somewhere. You'll see where she's at, and my quality is only at 780p at the moment. That's a bit of a bugger. Alrighty, so I do apologise about the quality of the video. We seem to have some sort of connection problem here at the moment. But yeah, just stick with us and yeah, we'll be hopefully back to normal next week. I don't know what's going on. It's dropped out twice already this morning, so we're just going to get on the house Wi-Fi and use that. Alrighty, so the fabric flowers went up this week as well as the headband. So if you haven't seen that, check out the channel for that. They're the last two videos that have gone up. I did a little bit different this week. I was just experimenting just to see. I'm not going to do that again. I don't think it worked very well with the camera angle and not having my beautiful face at the beginning. So it's wonderful to see you even if you're fuzzy. Yeah, I'm a little bit fuzzy. I'm hiding all the wrinkles today with the fuzziness. So, well, you can't really see my eyes, so so yeah, so basically it must be all those wallabies hopping around. It must be. So yeah, so I did a little, as I said, I did a little bit different this week, and I split the videos in half so you didn't have to sit through the whole video, which would have been a 20-minute video, but I don't think I'll do that again. I think I'll just keep it as one video. It makes it a lot easier. But they're cute nonetheless. It still works. You can still get the gist of what's going on and all that sort of stuff. So that was all right. And like I was saying before, I cannot believe that we are in May already and at Block 5. It's just, the year's just flying by.
It is, isn't it?
We're already doing our second retreat, and we started, selling our third retreat for the year, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So we've got, as I said, the block of the month goes up on Wednesday, block number 5, and I think I've just about finished editing that. I've just got to do the intro for it, and then that can go up, and that'll be up on Wednesday. I watched them back to back. It wasn't too long. No, it wasn't. The videos themselves weren't too long. So I could have possibly put them up, but I've been getting some mentorship from few people with YouTube and all the rest of it, and that have been around for a long time and stuff like that, and just trying some different suggestions that they have put towards me. So I wasn't real fussed on the camera angle that I did, although it was clear to see for that particular one it worked, but I still wasn't real fussed on the camera angle because of the way I had to work it. It was a little bit hard. So to get around the camera, because the camera was sitting right in front of me and my hands were going around the camera, and even though the tripod was small and all the rest of it, it was still quite cumbersome to get around it. So I just felt that I wasn't putting forward my best work and my best angles and all that sort of stuff. So I don't think I will necessarily do it from that angle again. I will go back to the overhead. But I have got the small tripod now so I can get better angles on the machine, which I had in that showing you how to use the gathering foot. And in a couple of videos, I've just learned how to do voiceovers using my phone and then transferring the audio file, which has actually opened me up for being able to just film when it's really noisy out in the neighborhood, when everybody decides to mow their lawn on the days that I need to film. So I can do the voiceover for it. And it probably, you would have noticed that it actually worked better. I wasn't thinking on the go, so I was just watching the video and explaining what I was doing in the video, so it flowed a little bit smoother. So I'm going to practice that a little bit more and doing the voiceover, as opposed to, you will still get the same layout of the videos and everything. There'd just be less stuff for me to cut out because you hear me or I'll stop and think, and I've got to cut all those out, so it'll help me speed up my productivity. So bear with me while I practice these things. If you've got any suggestions, like how I can improve the videos, I am so open to you giving me some constructive criticism. I won't be offended at all. This is about you and you learning off my channel, and I want to make it a good experience, a viewer experience for you guys. So yeah, if you've got any suggestions at all, just put them in the comments. As I said, I'm very open to constructive criticism. And I'm fairly thick-skinned, So no matter what you say, I'll just take it with a grain of salt, and it'll be but I will take your suggestions on board and try to implement them. As I've said in the past, I have been asked about what I film on. I actually film on a mobile phone. So just one of these little puppies and a tripod, and I've got a smaller one now. So yeah, so basically that's what I film on. So some things I can't do because I don't have a good massive camera or anything like that. I'm only working with a mobile phone, but I think it works for the most part. It works pretty well. But as I said, I am open to suggestions, so please do leave them in the comments now, or even if you're watching the replay, please leave them in the comments below. So Facebook is cruising along. We're getting more people joining our Stitch Talk group as well. There's a lot of action happening over there. There's over 1,000 people have joined now on the Stitch Talk platform. And for those that don't know what Stitch Talk is, it is a crafting platform, and it's all things crafty, and hence the name Stitch Talk. People are starting to join. They've been advertising on Facebook and all that sort of stuff. So if you haven't gone over, go over and have a look. There's some talented people over there. Yours truly is over there with a group as well. And yeah, a lot of people are starting to join the group. I think we've got over 45 members now. And people are starting to comment a lot more, and they're starting to feel a bit more comfortable. And yeah, it is growing very fast. We've got, yeah, as I said, we've got about 45 members in the group over there, and I'm starting to post over there a bit more regular. As I said, I've had some internet issues this week, so it's been pretty slow going. Carol's over on Stitch Talk as well, and she loves it. And I've seen that Carol's been interacting with other lovelies as well. We get a few people that come over and watch the live chats as well with us, and look for our tutorials and all that sort of stuff. So if you haven't gone over there, go over and have a look. There are some very talented ladies over there. A couple of the topics of the week have actually come from over there as well. Excuse me. And yeah, so I'm trying to, for those that aren't in Facebook, I'm basically replicating what's happening in Facebook. I'm trying to replicate in Stitch Talk, so you don't feel like you're missing out. So whatever I'm posting over in Facebook, me personally, and also Beck, it will get posted over there. We're just about to set up the birthday thing, so we'll have to do that manually because I can't add a document to it just yet. So yeah, it's still growing. So if you haven't been over there yet, go over, have a look, and check out what all the other lovelies are doing over there. There's some beautiful works of art and crafting and quilting and all sorts of stuff. And you just never know, you might just meet one of your neighbours over there. You just never know. Alrighty, so Paula Bowie asked me to just remind everybody that is in Facebook that we do have our birthday list, and that's in the announcements at the top of the page. If you haven't added your birthday and you would like to have a birthday wish sent out to you on your special day, please do. Can you just tell Deb that no, it's not? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, please do go over there and just add your birthday. You don't have to put the year or anything like that. Just put your birth date in the comments, and we can add it to the document, because not everybody can edit the document. But if you can, just add it in underneath your underneath the month that you were born in, and with the date, so we can give you a special birthday wish. And yeah, so she just asked me to do that. If you've got any issues, you can tag her on the page. She's one of the other moderators. And you need a pen?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm just looking for something.
What are you looking for?
The birthday list.
Oh, I found it. You found it? Okay, cool. So yeah, so basically she just asked me to let you know that that's what you need to do, and then she can add you to the document, and then we can wish you your birthday wish on your particular day. She's doing a fantastic job of it, so make sure that you, if you see one go up, leave a little comment there wishing the person a happy birthday, because everybody loves to feel special on their special day. And she said if you've got any questions or anything like that, or any issues, you can tag her on the Facebook group, or you can send her a message via Messenger. That's about it on that. We've had quite a few members join in the last couple of weeks too. I think we've had about 10 in the last week, because I've done 2 welcome to the groups this week
In the Facebook group?
Yeah, in the Facebook group.
I've done a couple as well.
Mm.
So yeah, this week seems to be just growing.
Yeah, so yeah, we've had a few and a couple of beginners as well. So there was a lady last night, I think Julie White. Yeah, Julie White joined us yesterday.
She's from the UK.
Yep. And yeah, she's a newbie. So if you're in Facebook, go over and make her feel welcome. She put up a post last night introducing herself, and obviously I'll put up the welcome after the live today. And so all the new members, if any of them are catching us today, welcome to the group and welcome to our channel. We love having you here. And as I said, if you haven't gone over to Stitch Talk yet, head over to Stitch Talk. And you'll meet some new people over there. So it's just stitchtalk.com is the web address. Hi Tamara, how you going? Thanks. I did it again. I said, sorry, Tamara. Tamara, I'm so sorry. I keep saying your name wrong. Oh, dearie me. Hi, anyway. Alrighty, so, yeah, we're having a bit of a crazy day here today. Alrighty, so we are on to retreat news. The May retreat is happening in how many weeks? 3 weeks? 3 weeks from today.
Yeah. Really?
Yes, 3 weeks from today. I'm sorry, Tamara. I am so sorry. It's just, it's how we would say it here, unfortunately. And that's, yeah.
That's your Australian alternate ego.
Yeah, that's your Australian name, hun. Alrighty, so the May retreat is 3 weeks away. We are in full swing of that. But we do have a couple of day trips still left. So we've got 4 for the bag and what was it, 6?
6 for the Australian
animals one. Yep. So if you're watching and you're local and you want to come up to it, just give me a call and you can get all the details over on our Facebook group. If not, just send us an email to Dee Dee's Bunya Mountain Retreat and we can we can send you off all the details and payment details and all that sort of stuff. We have actually, our November retreat has just gone on sale for pre-sales for our past retreaters. That's going to be open. I've had a few people this morning that said that they were going to catch me on the live. The November retreat isn't going on sale to the public until the 15th of May. And I'll just 15th of May. The pre-sale is already happening. Carol wants the bingo filmed. Yes, we will be filming that, don't worry. That's so funny. Okay, so the November retreat is in pre-sale mode at the moment. For those that were asking this morning, because I had 3 messages this morning about it, it will go on sale to the public on the 15th. Now, in saying that, there will not be many public tickets available because the pre-sale is actually going off pretty well. We were discussing it yesterday. If we should happen to sell out of tickets for the November retreat, we will be trying to get another one sorted for November, probably a week later, because we'll exactly the same. So, yeah. Bear with us. We'll keep you up to date and on everything that's going on with that. But yeah, it is. I'm leaving it open for 2 weeks in the pre-sale because past retreaters have done part of the retreat, which is. So we are doing the big one of this for those that haven't done it before. And then if someone has done it before, on the Sunday, we're doing the Kiss clutch and we're doing a crossbody. But the Saturday class is the mini one of these. So you can see that's a little bit smaller than that one. So it's a mini one that we're doing. So the reason that I've actually got this retreat open for pre-sale is because, you got it, hon? Yeah. Because some of the ladies that done the big one, which was our first retreat last year, want to do the little one. So I've had to open it up that way. So if we should happen to sell out, there's no worries. We will try and open it up for another one. If not, we'll do another one as soon as possible. Alrighty, so that's all really that's happening with the retreat stuff. So keep an eye out on the 15th if you are wanting to come, because the tickets will be very limited this time. So you'll need to just get in there pretty quick and get your deposits in. Your deposit secures your spot, and then you have the option to pay that off, and it'll have to be paid off by the 10th of October, which is about 4 weeks out from the retreat, 3 weeks out from the retreat. Is there a question?
Tamara is going to come to one of our retreats.
Yes, she is.
So when she gets here, she has to be prepared to be called Tamara.
Yes. I'm so sorry. I will have it by then. Well, we're in the planning, Tamara, we're actually in the planning for 2020. And we're also looking at doing a international one as well, to Bali. We've started doing the works for that. So that is actually in the pipeline. That won't be until October 2020.
Yeah.
Beck's just making sure that I've got all my dates correct. So I had to go. And before you do go, thank you very much for your gift. You'll have to watch the replay. I'll be talking about it a bit later.
Oh.
So yeah. Basically we have we're planning, how many did we say we were planning for next year? Retreats up at the Bunyas? 3? No, we took one out, didn't we? Okay, we're just going to have a meeting right now.
Just bear with us.
3. We've got 3 retreats up at the Bunya Mountains. I'm coming to to answer Carol's, I'm coming to the States in February 20. Beck and I are coming to the States February 2021. Okay.
Yep.
And we're doing QuiltCon, but we're going to sort of see if we can't organize to meet up with some people around the States as well, because my husband wants to come as well. I'm dropping him at the airport. I'm going to go and do my quilting thing. He's going to go and do his car thing. And so Beck and I have been looking at where we want to go.
So I don't need to be in the suitcase now.
Yeah, so she doesn't need to be in the suitcase, but
I can have a seat.
So we are trying to, yes, we are coming to Chicago. Of course I'm coming to Chicago. I have to come to Chicago. I'm trying to do top. Like, I don't really know the United States geographically really well. So if I make a total fool of myself right now, I'm so sorry. Please excuse my ignorance. But I want to basically I want to start over on Andra's side, which is East Coast. That I think East South. So I basically want to start New York, and then I sort of want to head down towards Andra, then down towards the Crafty Gemini, and then I don't know where I'm going from here, back up to back to Chicago. I have to go and visit Becky in Colorado. I have to go and see Tamara in Chicago. But I'm thinking that if any of you are going to QuiltCon,
where's QuiltCon? Is it in
Atlanta? Is it Atlanta this time?
Florida or Georgia?
No.
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Which is in Georgia.
Which is in Georgia, yes.
I'm looking at a map.
That's not fair. I'm not looking at a map right now.
I can barely read it. Look, I'm doing the old lady.
She's Mrs. Magoo over here's like trying to see it. I can't see. Anyway, yeah. So basically, so Arizona is somewhere else I have to go now too, and February is awesome. Next to Colorado, sorta. Just around the corner, is it? Just down the road. We're used to that sort of stuff because we have a massive country. So, you know, I go, oh, I'm just popping down to Sydney. Mind you, Sydney's a 12-hour drive.
Yeah, like my drives I do with my kids.
5 hours just up the road. So, perfect. That's close to me, about 3.5 hours, North Carolina. So, I'm not sure. Is QuiltCon in 2021 in Atlanta? I'm pretty sure it is. Andra, I was talking to you about it, so you'd know. I'm guessing. So, yeah. So basically, that's the plan. Okay.
So how about we get them to put where they want us to visit
Yeah.
in the comments.
Tamara said it is in Atlanta.
Okay.
So who's going to QuiltCon in 2021? Audra said it's in Atlanta. Tamara said it's in Atlanta. So, yeah. So whoever's going, put your hand up because I'll meet you there. Me, yeah, Tamara's going. I think Andra said, Andra and I were talking and said she was going. So that's awesome.
Andra's going.
Yeah. So if you can get to QuiltCon on that, I'm going there with Beck. We'll be there filming. And we'll be actually doing a vlog and all the rest of it. And Biz, don't worry, I'm heading your way too. That we might only be there for a stopover, but we're heading your way. Carol puts up crickets because no one answered. Oh, dear me. So, yeah, so basically that is the plan. Now, we are saving our little butts off and we're actually going to do a GoFundMe page because, yeah, we're not that rich and it's going to cost us a lot because it costs $2,500 return just for the air tickets, and then we've got to include accommodation plus flights in the US and all the rest of it. So food and all that sort of stuff. So Beck and I were talking about it the other day and we think we might do a GoFundMe page and see if we can't help with some of the costs. But I want to come over there and meet you all. And Katrina's planning to go. Who else is planning to go? Paducah, Kentucky. I've heard of Paducah. Why have I heard of Paducah? Because I can even say it. So I've obviously heard of it. I don't know.
Please.
What's Paducah famous for in Kentucky? I've heard of that. So yeah. But then again, you know, I do watch Supernatural and they do travel around your country a bit, so I've probably just seen it on that. Oh, anyway. Alrighty. What did Biz just say? It's a long way. Will you fly everywhere? I don't know if we're going to fly everywhere once we're over there because Brendan is going to be with us, or Red, or King of Toe Crew is going to be with us as well. So he likes to drive. So if I tell him that
a museum.
Sorry, I just got cut off then. Yeah, so he'll probably drive us a few places and all the rest of it, but I will be flying up to Biz because I know that that's a fair hike from everywhere. And February, it's still snowing. So, and I have never seen snow before.
Oh my God, neither have I. Oh my God, I'm like a child now. This is
Beck's like, oh my God. Literally, that was her face. So, okay, so that's probably why I've heard it. Hancock of Paducah, yeah, okay, cool. So fabric, that's why.
Fabric. Oh,
yeah,
that explains it.
He can go to the car show in Scottsdale, Arizona. Yeah, we'll see. He'll go to all those places. So, he's all things minus 20. Oh my God.
What?
Biz, is there any way you can fly to us when it's something warmer? Oh my, is that minus 20?
Fahrenheit?
No, Celsius. That's bloody cold. Excuse my French.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
It's bad enough when it's like -5 here.
Oh my goodness. I'll still come and visit though. I will just put on my long johns and I'll be right. Yeah, Biz is saying it was horrid. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. All right, so that's the plan. Okay, so we're planning on coming in 2021. I have my passport papers ready, almost ready to go. I've just got to go and get my photos and all that sorted out and pay for my passport. Beck has already started saving for her passport. So if you're part of the DSTACH group or anything like that and you want to help out in any way, Beck actually works on commission for fabric sales with us. So get over there, purchase some fabric. We're super cheap, $10. If you're here in Australia, it's through prepaid. We will have to get you a quote for postage, but postage is quite reasonable. And Beck gets 20% of those sales. So yeah, head on over so we can get her passport in the on the go. because she's never traveled out of the country before, so it'll take a little while to get hers. And well, my inner child is very excited and the adult is that's so funny. Oh, sorry, I just read Beck's comment. Beck has a split personality on Friday. She puts comments as Divinely Designed Studio, but she also comments about as herself. So yeah, so basically that's what we're in the process of doing at the moment, and it's not that far away. No, it's going to be honest before we know it, because we decided in January that we're going and we're already in May. And it's
oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's like only 20 months. So worst winter in many years. Our heat is still on. Flooding, rain this week. Ugh.
Oh.
Really? Wow. Sounds like our neck of the woods. We get all sorts of stuff happening. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty bad. Hope you stay safe there, Tamara. Like, that's pretty full on. Alrighty. So is the flooding because like it's raining, or is it because ice is melting? Because yeah, if you've had the worst winter, that'd be contributing to it as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Where's Tamara from?
Chicago. Same place as So Sweetness.
Okay.
Or Sarah Lawson. Sarah.
Oh, Sarah.
Yeah.
Sarah Lawson.
Sarah. Yeah.
I think
Yes,
Sarah.
Yes.
That's normal for us. That's normal pronunciation.
6 inches of rain in 12 hours. Wow, that's a lot of rain.
Oh my gosh.
That is a huge amount of rain.
Wow.
That's like,
that's like a yearly rainfall
for some
areas here.
Yeah.
More than the yearly rainfall.
No, 6 inches is 12 inches is 30 centimetres. So that's only 15 centimetres. That's still a lot of money. That's 150 mil.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, that is.
In 12 hours.
Yeah, fully. All right, moving on. Anyway.
Moving on from the weather.
Okay, from the weather and moving on, we know what we're doing next year. We, as I said, we've got 3 retreats up at the Bunya Mountains. I'm in the process of planning one to Bali. And that one there is where it's more like getting a group of ladies together than a retreat, because I'm organizing it all and all that sort of stuff, but other people are teaching and all that. So basically what we're organizing is your flights, your accommodation, and the workshop, and it's a batik workshop. So I know that Paula Bowie was interested in knowing more about that. We have already had quite expressions of interest. We put that up in one of our retreat groups, and there was quite a few ladies that were interested in it. So if this one goes well, this would be something that it'll be something that we'll probably do once a year. Beck won't be going to that one because logistically babysitting is a bit of an issue, and family members probably won't be available at that time either because of work and all that sort of stuff. So for the first one, Beck isn't going to come for that one, but I assume that Bali will never be the same. I know. Can you imagine it? Oh my goodness. But I am trying to work on something for Beck to come because I'd really like her to experience that. So yeah, we just you'll have to stay tuned to see what I can pull out of the hat. So yeah, logistically and financially, it's too close to the Atlanta trip. So yeah, so basically that's why we're trying to work something out for the GoFundMe and all that sort of stuff. And that's more for Beck than it is for me. So yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so moving on to competition time. Thank you so much, everybody, for all those awesome comments and ideas. And there was a ton of them, and a lot of you put up more than just one, which was awesome to see. We had free motion quilting, best feet, to use threads, tips and tricks, and all that sort of stuff. That came in from Biz. Liz was natural fabric dyes and machine embroidery. That was another good one. Benita had wants a tutorial instead of a topic of the week, a tutorial on how to resizing blocks and all that sort of stuff, which is awesome. I really do love the ideas for the channel as well as the topic of the week. Linda wants to know about Quilt As You Go, collage quilting. Trina wants to know about thread painting and barn quilting. Katrina wants to know about mixed media, and I'm actually while I've got you on mixed media, I'm actually looking into that a little bit more because I'm not 100% sure of what all that is. Oh my
Your
goodness.
husband.
My husband, yes. That husband of mine. Oh, dear me. If you want to giggle, have a read of the comments, ladies. Kia Toe Crew is in the house and he's starting with his stuff again and distracting me because he always cracks me up. Alrighty, so we also had like mixed media, adding texture to fabric like beads and etc. So I'm looking into that a little bit more because that is something new to me. Anne wants to know about flat fabric weaving and different fabric manipulation and techniques. Carol wants to know about landscape quilting using fabric threads, ink, sweat felting technique. Rebecca and Kayleen want to know about different types of applique. So that was amazing. That was just from 10 people commented and left some amazing suggestions. I love them. That they're great. And this week we have picked thread painting for our topic, but we do have a giveaway first. So congratulations to Carol who won last week. And this week's winner is Anne Frizzle Haywood. So if you're in the Facebook group, you'll know her as Anne Haywood. If you're on YouTube, you'll know her as Anne Frizzle. And she has won, where is it? Won the hexagon fabric and the little bag. So that is going to be on your way to you, Anne. So I know that you're catching us on the replay. So that'll be awesome. Keep an eye out in the mail for that. And this week's giveaway, in light of Biz doing her applique and me working on the Australian applique, I thought I would give away a Kiki koala pattern. So this is the pattern that you're going to get in the mail. I don't have any batiks to add with this one, sorry ladies, so it's just the pattern, but you'll have everything in there, and that will be heading to the lucky winner. So this week we actually want to know, other than sewing and crafting, and we've asked this before, but we've got more and more people joining us, so other than sewing and crafting, what else is it that you like to do? Okay, so leave it, if you're watching the replay, leave it in the comments below, and if you're watching the live, pop that in. We're going to leave this competition open until 5 p.m. next Thursday, and you'll have to come back to see if you won. So that's what I want to know. So for me, for instance, I like to read, but I don't just like to read novels. I like to read things that I'm learning from. So now, for instance, natural remedies, health and fitness, although that's a relatively new one. And I really like to learn stuff and broaden my horizons, and, you know, get some knowledge on subjects and stuff like that. So yeah, so other than sewing and crafting, what else do you like to do? Brendan likes cars. Anything with cars. He doesn't like sewing and crafting. Although he's always trying to get me to sew stuff for him. Maybe he should
Maybe he should, yeah.
Yeah, I think he should learn to sew. Yes. Yeah. There's someone here. There's two people here. Brendan, are you expecting anybody?
No, it's me, Nicole.
Who's me?
Debbie.
I'm actually live at the moment. Yeah. Would you be able to come back in like half an hour?
Yep. Yeah,
cool. No worries. Awesome. Thank you. No, it's all right. It was for me. They're coming back in half an hour. It's all good. So this is the pattern that you've got. So leave us a comment. Let us know what's going on. Liz likes to spend time with her grandkids. Oh, that's an interesting one. Fused glass jewelry. Ooh. Are you in the Facebook group, Deb? You should join the group if you're not, and show us some products that you've made, because I'm interested in that. I like doing that sort of stuff. And Lynn Nicholson likes to bake. I like to bake too, but I have a teenager that likes to bake now, so I don't have to do it. Just passing the buck there. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, so just remember that it's 5 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time. So that will be Wednesday for anybody that's watching elsewhere. Is New Zealand a day behind?
New Zealand?
Or ahead of us?
They're ahead of us.
They're ahead of us.
It was 5 p.m. when we first started.
No, it wasn't. 12, wasn't it?
5.
I don't know. Shell, if you're still on, can you put what time it is for you and what day it is, just so I can
Friday. It is Friday.
It is Friday.
Friday. They're
Yep.
only a few hours ahead of us.
Yeah, so I think they're only a couple of hours ahead, I think.
That's what I thought, but she said she wrote it in the comments.
Oh, did
I'll
she?
go back
Okay,
and
cool.
Find it.
Alrighty, so topic of the week is thread painting, and that comes to us from Trina, was it? Yes, Trina asked about wanting to know about thread painting. So I have done a heap of research this week and looked into it, and it is quite I didn't know it had been around this long and I didn't know that the hand embroidery was classed as thread painting. I just thought that was hand embroidery. So all my research that I've done this week on thread painting has been really eye-opening. So basically what I found out this week, and I've been interested in this for a long time. I met a lady that done thread painting back in 2010, and her work was absolutely amazing. So I thought, well, this would be a good one to start off with, to pull out of the comments and go with this one, because I'm really interested in it. And I also have done a little bit of it, but I've done that on my machine. So what I found out today about this week about it is that it's been around since the 17th century, and it was known as crewel, and I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, embroidery. And basically, yeah, just some of the thing. I've just written down some points here. So it's like drawing, and they use the stitches are usually long and short, and that was originally done with wool, and now these days they tend to use the embroidery flosses that are available. It also goes by the name of needle painting as well. And as I said, it was known as crewel. So crewel embroidery back in the 17th century. And each stitch was treated as if it was a brush stroke. To create the artwork. And basically, as I said, it was originally done with wool, but these days they use the embroidery floss. And with over 450 different colors to choose from, just from DMC alone, it's really apt to be able to take one color and get 4 or 5 different hues in that color from light to dark. So it creates more of a more realistic picture when you're doing it with the with your thread. As I said, they do long and short stitches and treat it as a brush stroke. And also they suggest that you use a linen or a heavy cotton. And basically they say that because it stops the stitches from sagging. And and basically a lot of people nowadays use the embroidery hoops, and that's what they opt for that. The needle size that they recommend is an 8, 9, and 10. The smaller the number, the less thread you're going to use from your embroidery floss. And they can take a picture and transfer that into the embroidery. But in saying all that, and it's working, and we're actually going to break this topic up into 2 weeks. So next week we're going to cover some extra stuff with thread painting. So what I've talked about today and what we're going to show you this week is all going to do with hand embroidery. And next week what we're going to show you, we're going to do that with, we're going to talk about machine thread painting, because there is actually 2. So for those that only know about the embroidery side of it, you can actually do it with your regular machine. And for those that know that quilt that we did for Sarah back in whatever year it was, where we made that quilt as a housewarming present, my embroidery machine started playing up with the metallic threads, and I had to do a little bit of thread painting. So I'm looking at doing a little bit of for the second topic, I'll actually do a few little I just got a signed question. Yeah, so I'll show you a few little techniques and everything. Once my machine's fixed, I can get that. That's why I've pushed the machine side of it to the following week, because my machine will be fixed next week. So yeah, there is a lot of beautiful work out there. Just some of the things that I found. Brendan is obviously saying stuff in the comments because Beck is losing her stuff behind the camera. So there's a lot of information that I found out there. So keep an eye out on both Stitch Talk and over on Instagram and Facebook for the different tidbits that I put up and the different pictures that I put up as well. There's some amazing work, just some of the stuff. And then this morning I found even more amazing work, and it was just those ladies that do it with the hand embroidery, oh, you are amazing. You absolutely are. So hopefully I can give credit because a lot of them were just through, is it Flickr? A lot of them were just Flickr. They didn't actually have a link to anything. It was just a picture that I found. So hopefully I can find some of the artists and put that up. So this week is topic of the week. And if you've done any hand embroidery thread painting, by all means, do put that into the groups and show us what you've done so we can all see your lovely work. And keep an eye out. Beck and I will be putting pictures up during the week, and Beck will be doing the PM ones because I go to bed fairly early, and I'll be doing the AM postings and all that sort of stuff. But if you've found some stuff for thread painting and some information that we haven't found, please do share it with the groups because the more information we've got, the better off we'll be. And then the week after, we're going to do machine thread painting, and that was the lady that I met, and that's what she done. So, and I didn't even think that you could do it by hand. It had to start somewhere, and it usually starts by hand. So yeah, that's our topic of the week. So get involved, and yeah, I can't wait to see some of your work if you've done it.
Carol is doing a class.
Oh, is she? Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
She just commented that. Yeah, so she's going to report back to us.
Good night, Biz. We'll catch you on the replay, hun. Sleep well. Okay, they had an exhibition of it at one of the Brizzy shows. Looks intense. It is intense. I have done a little bit of it, and it is a little bit like free motion, but you're sort of going, it's like embroidery, so you've got to think of it as how an embroidery machine works when you do it on your machine. But we will get into more tips and tricks on how to do it on your machine. For this week, we'll just we'll show you all the stuff that we've found for it. And thank you, Trina. That was an amazing topic to go with. Rebecca's saying that she's done it years ago, and now she does it with the machine. So yeah, so if you've got some samples to show us over in the groups, Rebecca, that'd be great. I'd love to see them. Yeah, that'd be amazing. So all right, so you held up a sign and said there was a question.
Yeah, but I think you've already answered it because someone asked if you can do thread painting on a machine.
Yes.
So yes.
Yes, you can. Okay, so I do have another question, and this is about our bowl cozy tutorial. I had a question from a lady, and I couldn't find the question this morning. I thought she emailed it, but it must have been directly under the comments. So one of the questions was, we've had about the darts and going over them. We got all the suggestions for that, and Janet said thank you very much to all the suggestions. And because I put them up, I put what to do over there. And another question that came in for the darts on the different sizes. I didn't actually cover that in the video. My bad. I should have covered it in the video, but I'm actually going to do another video covering that topic. But for those that are wanting to make the smaller ones and larger bowls than what I actually did, get out a pen and write this down or watch it on the replay. The smaller ones, so ones from sort of up to 7 inches, so from say 5 inches to 7 inches in size is the square that you're going to cut. My darts, I do a 1 inch up on the, excuse me, 1 inch up on the fold and about 1.5 inches down. So in the video, I did 1 inch up and 2 inches down. But I just take a 1/2 inch on that 2 inch one. And then 8 inches to 12 inches, I do what was suggested in the video. And then anything up from that, I play that by ear because it will depend on the shape of the bowl, how big the bowl is, and what size that you're actually going to be cutting your squares. So for that, and when I say play it by ear, I basically mark my 1 inch up and then going down, and I put a wonder clip there. And then going down, I might go down 2.5 inches and I'll put a wonder clip there. And then I will turn it so it's like, and I'll do the same for the all 4 sides. And then I'll sit the bowl in. And then I can adjust from there on how big that dart needs to be. So for some bowls, it might only need to be 2.5 inches. For other bowls, it might need to be 3. And that will depend on the depth of your bowl, how wide your bowl is, how big your square is. So for anything over 12 inches, that's what I suggest you do. So I hope that helps the lovelies that have asked that question. And you can, because it was for a larger bowl that they wanted to know, and one wanted to know for a smaller bowl. So hopefully that will help you, and you'll be able to make a bowl cozy. Everything else you just do exactly the same as the video. And if you're not sure, just get your wonder clips out. They work perfectly for that. They hold the fabric in place, and you can manipulate to how you need to go, how big you need your dart and everything to go. So and in the future I'll do a little video for it. Good night, Andra. Thanks for joining us again. Have a good sleep. Alrighty, so that is about all the questions that I've had come in, and now the postman's coming, so hopefully I've got some stuff.
Hello.
Hello.
I'll give you that one.
Thank you.
Ooh, we've got mail. So basically, hopefully that will help you, and you'll be able to make your smaller and larger bowl cozies from that. Just write that down so you've got that in place. And don't know, fat quarter sharp, don't know, is it? Oh no, it's the Mini Quilt Club. Cool, awesome. Posty he's been a bit late this morning. So yeah, so hopefully that will help you with your bowl cozies and the size. If you've got any other questions about them, by all means just send a email to askme.dds@gmail.com, and we can go from there. Ooh. Okay, so for those that haven't joined us before, I get a Mini Quilt of the Month Club through Stitches of Love. I'm not affiliated with them or anything like that. There's no affiliate link or anything or discount code that I can get. But this is this month's one, which must be, I don't know which one this one. This must be March's? No. April's. That's April's. It's a bit late. So that's what's come. So these are laser cut kits. They have all the things cut and all that sort of stuff. So that's what's come this month. So starting next year, I'll be actually doing them one a month for each month, and I'll do a little bit of extra stuff to it and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that is true. You can make bigger darts for it to sit. The one that I did the video for, that actually sits quite snugly in it. Because that's how I've made the bowl. I've measured it across the top, and I've added an inch on in the measurements. And if you're finding that, like, another thing that you can do, if that inch, because the bowl might be slightly rounded, if that inch is playing too much for you, you can always only add 1/2 an inch or 3/4 of an inch to it, and that just covers it just stops the bowl from sitting right out of the bowl cozy, because I find that the kids still burn their fingers and stuff on it. So that's what I sort of tried to do with it. So yeah, do you have to be very accurate when sewing laser cut pieces? Yeah, you do, because they're perfectly cut. There's no leeway. I haven't started any of these yet, Benita. I've just been collecting them. I'm doing 12 months of it, and then I'm just going to turn them into, like, I'm going to hand embroider each month on it, and they'll just be like my little monthly thing that'll go up, because I want to do that for over on my Instagram. I know it's silly, but I want to do it for my Instagram, so to break up my month. Andra, who's just toddled off to bed, she did I sort of got the idea from her a couple of years ago. She did each month an embroidery design, and each month she put up, on the first of the month, she put up a design. I've got a couple where I've put up like winter and stuff like that for seasons and whatnot. But yeah, I want to do these, and I'm going to hand embroider the month on each one, and have them as a little, hanging up in the sewing room, and yeah, just something to do. So yeah, so basically, I'm actually looking forward to doing them, because I've got I've got till another 3 to go. I think I've got 9 now. So yes, that's what I've done, to collect the whole block of the month and then do them all. Yeah, that's it. So they are all laser cut pieces. Yeah, well, if it on a block of the month, I just got told to take my hands away from my face. I lean on my hands, sorry. Yeah, so basically, With laser cut pieces, I do take my time with those because you don't have any sort of leeway at all. That especially if they don't put extra fabric into the kit or anything like that. So you've got to be extra careful. And Tamara's just saying that Andras were so nice. They were gorgeous. That's a year's worth of finisher Fridays, yeah. Well, at least once a month anyway. So yeah, I'm basically just gonna do one a month, and I'm not gonna try and get them all finished super quick because I'm not gonna rush them. I'm just gonna do it one a month, and that's my target. That's my project for each month. And so I've also still got my Dear Jane hand piecing one that I'm doing, and I've got a needle turn one that I'm doing as well. That's only got 16 blocks in it, and one block it generally only takes me maybe 2 days to do, a day of prepping and then hand sewing it. Just depends how much is in the block, and there's not a lot in this one. But that is going to be probably a week's worth of quilting once it's finished, because it's going to be really intensely quilted.
That the Liberty.
It's the cover of it's down there. And a few people were asking me. I put a video up in the Facebook group about my catastrophe of my mini quilt. Can you just? It's just there. The mini quilt's just there.
Oh,
yeah, and the quilt itself. So a few people were saying that it looks fine from where they were sitting and all the rest of it. For the most part, it went together okay. But my machine broke down in the middle of doing it, and I had to switch over to my vintage machine, and my vintage machine was not being a very nice girl at all. She was eating the fabrics and all the rest of it. She was okay for the chain piecing, for making all my flying geese in this particular one, but when it came time to assembling it, and I didn't end up unpicking it. It kept jumping and moving, and like it didn't like all the seams. So this is what happened. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it apart, and I'm not pulling each individual block apart. So that's the mini quilt there for those that aren't in Facebook. And that was supposed to go up last week. That was the mini quilt for the channel. But as you can see, it didn't go together quite nicely in the center and on the sides. I just had loads of problems with the machine eating the fabric and just giving me darn grief. So basically what I've decided to do is actually pull this apart. So separate all the blocks, and then I'm going to hand sew it together with a technique called American piecing. So American piecing essentially is just hand sewing it together. But they do it a slightly different. So I'm going to do a couple of little videos on how to do that. And I'm going to use that for this. And I'm just going to redo the mini quilt when my machine gets fixed, because the first block went together beautifully, and I just had a lot of problems with the rest of the blocks. So going together on the vintage machine. The fabric that I'm using is an Emma Louise quilter's muslin, and it is quite a fine fabric, a very soft, delicate fabric. You can use it for dressmaking and stuff like that, for soft feeling blouses and stuff like that. So the vintage machine was just a brute on it, and so I'm not going to do it. So the pattern will be all written up. You'll get your free pattern. It'll have your cover shot on it. It's called Any Which Way But Up. It's one that I quickly designed. I love flying geese and the things that you can do, and this is quite cute, and the colors are beautiful, and I had all those colors in stock, so that was really good. So I've got to remake that again. It takes less than a fat quarter to make because of the colors, because that's what I've got left. The green's still over there somewhere, and you need about 1/2 meter of white for that one, but that will go up at the end of May. So as soon as my machine is fixed, I can get that together for you. It's pretty much all filmed except for the ending, so I've just got to put the ending together. So on that note, don't forget to enter our competition. Tell us what, other than sewing and crafting, what you like to do. We've gone over time again. I think our videos are going to be about this long, I think. Yeah. So basically, yeah, don't forget to leave a comment to enter the competition. And I just want to say a big thank you to Anne, who sent to us a lovely gift of quilling papers. We received that in the mail the other day. We are looking forward to getting stuck into that. We really do appreciate that you sent that through. It was a lovely surprise.
It was.
And yeah, Beck and I just thank you. so much.
Yes,
we
thank
we
you.
were very surprised on that one, and so we're actually looking forward to getting stuck into that. We as I said, we're in retreat mode, and once that retreat's out of the way, we've got a couple of months where we can do our Friday night crafting again. So we'll get stuck into that quilling and felting and all the other stuff that we've got planned. So you'll get to see some of the stuff that we're going to do with it, and yeah, we'll make some cards and stuff. We've got a little course that we've got there that we can do on Blueprint, so we're still going to follow along with her a little bit and do some of the projects that she's got, so you'll be able to see those. But again, thank you very much for sending it. It was greatly appreciated, and yeah, keep an eye out for what we make with it. Alrighty. Oh, did it? Oh, Carol's saying another gremlin took over her live feed. That's no good.
Oh.
All right, so that's about it. Yeah, I basically am done for today, and thank you so much for everybody that's joining us. We've had a few people come in and have a bit of a chat and all the rest of it. So everybody have a fabulous weekend. Don't forget to keep an eye out for our topic of the week, which is thread painting by hand this week, and then the following week will be by machine. Thank you, everybody that's joined in the fun. We really do appreciate you taking time out of your day to join us each week. And we will catch you over in Stitch Talk and on Facebook and here on YouTube. Have a great day, everybody. And I'll see you all again next week. Bye for now.